Alright boys and girls, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to Kissimmee Airport, where you can see above it, I mean there's some breaks in it, but over towards the north and also towards the south, there's some low-hanging clouds over the airport. It's currently reported 700 broken, but further up to the north, where the clouds are coming in from, it is more solid over in that direction. So no flying with private pilot students today, but that doesn't stop me from flying. I've had requests for the longest time now for me to go back up and do some instrument flying and kind of talk you through what I'm doing on some approaches, and that's exactly what we're going to do today. Today is a perfect day for that. It's a thin enough layer to kind of get above it, but also to safely fly a light aircraft in and kind of get some proficiency. I'm glad to be able to do this. We're going to be flying, floating 670 Mike Alpha and cloud surfing. Surfing works because it's another nautical term because it's a boat. But yeah, I'm going to pre-flight. I filed my flight plan, and yeah, we'll go for a little IFR flight, have some fun, see if we can log some IMC time, and I'll kind of talk you through what I'm doing. So if you enjoyed this video, please do leave it a like and subscribe to LewDix Aviation if you're not subscribed already. And just before I get into the pre-flight, I'd like to thank all my patrons who support me on Patreon. Since I've come back from the airlines and I'm doing this full time now, like there's a lot of you that have come over there and started supporting me, so I really do appreciate that. You gain exclusive perks. One of the perks is to get early access to all my videos, and then another tier has a perk of exclusive content, which is a new thing that I've started implementing. Yeah, if you're interested in supporting LewDix Aviation, patreon.com/LewDix Aviation. The link's in the description for you. For now, a pre-flight awaits me, so I'll see you in the plane.
Welcome to LewDix Aviation, the home of fun-filled aviation videos. I invite you to like, subscribe, and enjoy the flight as I welcome you to the sky. LewDix Aviation videos are edited to be as entertaining as possible. This may remove context. Many procedures, situations, explanations, and flight phases have been edited out. Do not use for instructional purposes. This video is for entertainment purposes only.
Kissimmee Tower, Information Hotel, time 1356 Zulu observation, wind 350 at 5, visibility 10. Sky conditions, ceiling 700 overcast, temperature 26, 2.24, altimeter 3003. RNAV approach runway 33 in use. Advisors contact you of hotel.
Information Hotel, okay, cool. Let's get this all set up. We're going to KORL. I know exactly, we're going to do that. Alright, let's pick up a clearance. Kissimmee Ground, Skyhawk 670 Mike Alpha, Information Hotel, ready to pick up IFR.
670 Mike Alpha, Kissimmee Ground, clear to Kissimmee Airport via radar vectors, climb and maintain 2000. Departure frequency be 119.4, squawk 4216.
That's easy. Alright, clear to Kissimmee, radar vectors, climb maintain 3000, 1194 and 4216 for 670 Mike Alpha. 670
Mike Alpha, read back correct. Are you ready for taxi?
Not just yet, we'll call you back.
Roger.
4216, don't be rushed. I nearly got myself rushed there. I'm not quite ready to taxi. And that's all set in, Pull this power back a little bit. I'm expecting the ILS 7 up there, but I'm not 100% sure on that at the moment, so we'll get 2725 set in on standby. We've got 1099 set in, which is the ILS frequency up there. We'll deal with all that later. I've got 073 already set in up here. It's 2000 and 1194. I suppose we can put that on standby just as a reminder. 4216, that's all set in. That is set, cool. I'm going to pull forward, test my brakes. My brakes work, cool. Hang around, Sky 670 Mike Alpha at Odyssey, Information Hotel, ready to taxi.
670 Mike Alpha, runway 33, taxi via Charlie, cross runway 33, Alpha, hold short 24.
So here we go, boys and girls. Taxiing out, clear left, clear right, clear centre, we're cleared across. I'm going to light it up, strobes, landing light, checking left, checking right, all good. Get on the centre line, might help. A little bit of wind correction. Now we're crossing on Charlie. Quite some time since I have done any approaches, any actual approaches in a light aircraft. So this...
670 Mike Alpha, cross runway 24.
Cross runway 24, 670 Mike Alpha. So this is going to be very, very interesting. I do have some instrument students that I have taken on, and for those of you that are wondering, because I get this comment and just question a lot, if you're flying solo, why are you sitting in the right seat? I need to keep my CFI skills up and my proficiency from the right seat, so that's why I sit in the right seat when I come and practice. Clear left, clear centre, clear right. We're cleared across, we are lit up. Add a little bump of power to get over the runway. Don't want to lollygag. Yeah, so I like sitting in the right seat so I can practice, keep my proficiencies from the right seat, especially when it comes to instrument stuff.
I thought you said you had Hades Hotel.
Yeah, sorry about that. A little confusing there, but yeah, we're at the hotel. I don't know these hangars very well for us.
It's called Sun State. Just say you're at Sun State.
Roger, I appreciate that.
Or Shelter, I mean.
Shelter, okay.
But yeah, so I can sit.
And it's not Sun State, it's Shelter.
So I want to...
did you say Shelter?
Oh my god, boys, seriously.
Shelter.
Shelter, gotcha.
Jesus. Yeah, got to maintain your proficiency. Got to maintain your proficiency, so that's what I'm doing. That is my timer. We're going straight up to 2,000 feet. Notice in that clearance, he didn't give us expect an altitude in 10 minutes. It's just straight up to 2,000 feet. So if we lose radios immediately coming out of Kissimmee, I'm going straight up to 2,000 feet. And my alternate today is actually Orlando, where we're actually going first. So, and if anybody in the comments can tell me what the rules are regarding filing an alternate on an IFR flight plan, that would be greatly appreciated. Let's see, I think I've asked that question before, but it's a good question. It's a good question. When do you need an alternate on a IFR flight plan? Good luck. Alright, cool. If anything happens on the takeoff roll, we're going to slow down, tell tower, and I'll deal with the situation. If we take off, we've got runway ahead of us, we're going to use it. If we don't have any runway ahead, it's 30 degrees left and right, there's not much out there, to be honest with you. We'll attempt to, I mean the clouds are quite low, I don't really want to be turning back in the clouds, so we'll do below the clouds, just best option there. Alright, cool. Alright, that's that. We'll brief everything in the sky. We've done everything that we can do. We're all set up on the GPS. Great. Let's go up and have some fun. Let's close that. Let's finish off this checklist. We did pre-takeoff, flaps, mixture, landing strobes, transponder. We are squawking altitude. We are on tower.
Okay, Simi Tower, Sky 670 Mike Alpha, holding short 33, ready for departure.
Number 670 Mike Alpha, Kissimmee Tower, hold short runway 33.
Hold short runway 33, 670 Mike Alpha.
0 Mike Alpha, got your release now, turn left heading 270, runway 33, clear for takeoff.
Left heading 270, clear, 33, clear for takeoff, 670 Mike Alpha.
Alright, we're all lit up, so we're going to 270, and here we go. Let's get into some IMC, boys and girls. Clear on final. 33, 33, heels to the floor. Let's go. And power is set, airspeed's alive with everything in the green where it needs to be. We're at 55 and 60, we're going to rotate nice and easily. Welcome to the sky. Not really much wind, to be honest with you. Get it to VY 79, all looking good, looking good. 270 is the heading.
All on departure, Sky 670 Mike Alpha, just off Kissimmee 800 for 2,000, 270.
Sky 670 Mike Alpha, line of departure, radar contact. I'll take your approach request.
So we're going to do two ILS approaches into Orlando Executive and then come back to Kissimmee for 670 Mike Alpha.
Denver 670 Mike Alpha, roger, expect radar vectors ILS runway 7 approach executive. Arrival on station Papa, current at exec, advise Papa.
Alright, we'll pick up Papa for 670 Mike Alpha.
Denver 670 Mike Alpha, upon completion of the touch and go, flight runway heading, climb maintain 1,500, departure frequency 135.3.
Alright, completion of the touch and go, runway heading 1,500, then 35.3 for 670 Mike Alpha. Alright, runway heading 1,500 and 135.3, so I'm actually going to put that on this standby so I don't forget that.
Never Niner 33 Alpha Charlie, descend and maintain 2,000.
A little bit of a build up ahead of us. We're on a 270 heading quite perfectly.
Sky 670 Mike Alpha, turn right heading 340.
340, 670 Mike Alpha.
That's good, that takes me away from that little build-up.
Delta Alpha, clear direct Lakeland.
Standard rate turns, we're at 1800 feet coming up to 2000. I'm not going to do any setup until I'm cruising and happy. Alright, 330, there's 2000 feet, we're going to level it off there. 340, this is where everything starts to come up at once, because you're doing about 20 different things at once while you're in IMC. Being ahead of the aircraft, that's all this is about now. Cruise power setting, trim it out, do all your checklist items, and then go through the checklist when you are ready. It's tough in IMC, it is, but we're doing it. Okay, so climb, flaps, instruments, oh sorry, engine instruments, climb speed.
Never 933.
Power, trim, landing and taxi light, mixture, flight instruments. The flight instruments.
2000 cleared, RNAV 33 approach, 933, 8 Charlie.
So we got 340, 340, we're looking. I know there's a ton of clouds around the area and we're about to fly into some, but it's nice, even for me, to have little breaks in it to see the ground. Like a little comfort thing, being able to see the ground. It's funny. But all good, restart.
Never 670 Mike Alpha, flying 360.
360, 670 Mike Alpha.
We'll pick up.
Scattered approximately 1,200.
Orlando, Executive Air Formation Papa. Con 13530, wind 3505, 310. Feeling 600 overcast. Altimeter 26, 2.24, altimeter 3003. ILS approaching use, landing and departing runway 7. Caution hazardous, weather mission support available on flight service.
Simi Tower 124.45, we'll talk to you on the go.
We got Papa.
Approach 670 Mike Alpha, got Papa at exact.
Over 670 Mike Alpha, thank you.
Alright, so we're in IMC, don't really want to be doing much at the moment. Don't have an autopilot to kind of help me out, so I've got to keep the eyes shifting. My scanning, well we're out of it, but my scanning thing is to a hub and spoke method. So this is my hub, this is where my eyes always go back to. And then you just kind of go out, check the other instruments, kind of go back and double check it and keep your eyes shifting. Anytime my eyes stop moving, I'm going to be off on something. So I've got to keep my eyes shifting. Alright, now we've got a little bit of a break here. I'm going to brief the approach, set it all up. 1099 is set in. We're going to tune and identify. Yep, we got it, that's identified. 1099073 is the approach course, we got that set in, done all that, 2000 Denmark, cool. Alright, so we are doing the ILS runway 7 into Orlando Executive, going to do a couple of them. The 1099 is tuned and identified, because we always identify. 073 is the approach course, that's already set in. The runway landing is 5,604 feet, touchdown zone elevation 109, airport elevation 113. The touchdown zone elevation is important, which I'll get to in a second. We are legal to shoot the approach. The conditions are showing plenty of visibility and overcast, which is the main thing, an overcast at 600 feet. I'm going to intercept the approach course, 2,000 till Denmark, then onto the glide slope, down to 391, go visual, and if we see the runway, we'll do a touch and go. If not, we're going to go missed. It's going to be runway heading up to 1500, 135.3. No hold for that. So, cool. Touchdown zone elevation is...
Number 670 Mike Alpha, flighting 010.
010, 670 Mike Alpha.
010, 10 degrees to the right. That touchdown zone elevation is important.
Never 647 Victor.
Because if we're still in IMC, I think we got the approach lights in sight, we can descend to 100 feet above touchdown zone elevation. So we could, in theory, go down to 209 on that, but today we're not going to have a problem. So we're doing this, we're going to go procedure just to make sure we're all set up.
Everyone 54 runway flighting.
I do it from ESRAC, no course reversal at ESRAC, activate the approach, yep, cool, done that, perfect.
Number 670 Mike Alpha, you're 5 miles from Denmark, flighting 040, maintain 2,000 till established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 7 approach.
040, 2,000 to establish, clear the ILS runway 7, exec 670 Mike Alpha.
Perfect.
Thanks, sir. 2,000 till established. We don't want to go below that. That is a hard minimum. So we are establishing here. We're just waiting for the localizer to come in, which localizer is alive. Minimum 391. Localizer is alive. So this is where anticipation comes in, right? So it's starting to come in. I'm slowly going to start my turnaround to 073. I don't want to anticipate too early, but I don't want to anticipate too late and blow through the course. So it's starting to come in. It's going to be touching the donut very shortly, and I want to make sure that as it does come into the centre that I'm on 073. And then what I do is, as it's centred now, we're rolling out 073, and then I set my heading and kind of see what the localizer does, see what everything does. Before, yeah, we got that approach briefing done, seatbelts, mixture, landing light. Landing light, taxi light, there we go. Okay, so it's going off ever so slightly to the left. So we may have a wind, we do actually have a wind for 360, so that's why it's going off to the left. So I set my heading, and now I kind of adjust, and it's small adjustments from there. You see my small adjustment now has caused the course to come back in, so now I can kind of turn to the right a little bit to stop it from going to the opposite side, and then just hold this. It's good, it's good.
Over 670 Mike Alpha, contact executive tower 118.7.
18.7, we'll talk to you soon, 670 Mike Alpha.
And now all it is holding the course and waiting for the glide slope to come in where I can set up. I've done everything that I need to do. I've done my my checklist. I'm all good. All I need to focus on now is talking to tower and flying the approach, which we're bang on the course.
Mike, turn left heading 055, runway 7, clear for takeoff.
Executive tower Sky 670 Mike Alpha, ILS, runway 7.
Number 670 Mike Alpha, executive tower, your departure instructions will be turn left heading 055, climb maintain 1,500.
055 and 1500, 670 Mike Alpha.
Number 0 Papa Mike, verify left heading 055.
Left heading 055, 500 Papa Mike.
055 and 1500. Okay. You know what? Should have been doing this in the first place. Should have been having this on my knee in the first place. Alright, my glide slope is coming in, and I'm going to start to configure once we're 1 dot. So we are 1 dot. And yeah, cool. My course is going off to the right a little bit. So 1 dot, we don't want to go below 2000. Let's be careful of that. So I'm going to back off the power. And I'm going to introduce 1 stage of flaps, 1 notch, we're below 110, sorry, 1 notch 10 degrees, waiting for my glide slope intercept. We're looking for that the whole way down. Final approach fix on an ILS is glide slope intercept, so that is what we've done. We've intercepted the glide slope, and now we're just going to follow it down. So now what I'm looking for is between 90 and 100 knots, and to just adjust my heading and my pitch to maintain the ILS. That's literally all I'm doing. 1353 is the departure frequency after we...
November 670 Mike Alpha, runway 7, cleared touch and go.
Clear touch and go, runway 7, 670 Mike Alpha.
Alright, so I can see I'm just a touch high and a touch to the right. So I'm going to go left a little bit, set a heading, let it kind of settle in, see what it does. Keep your eyes shifting. We're at 90 to 100 knots. My localizer has come back in, so I'm going to turn ever so slightly to the right to try and stop the deflection. We're getting that glide slope back in. It's looking like a 070 heading is keeping me on the thing. And now we've got those crosshairs, which is what we're looking for. 90 to 100 knots. We're at 1400 feet. Still can't see the runway. Ever so slightly to the left. Oh, sorry, ever so slightly to the right of the course, so I need to go ever so slightly to the left. Now we've got it. Got the crosshairs, looking good. Constantly shifting my eyes. As soon as your eyes stop, you're off. As soon as you stop. We've been cleared touch and go, runway 7, so we're at 1200 feet. But, well, we're under 1,000 feet to go now, so that should have been a call out. 90 to 100 knots. Still on localizer, still on glide slope. I've broken out the clouds. I have the runway in sight, but I'm still going to fly down on the ILS. We've done everything we need to do. The guns check has been done. 90 to 100 knots, still on it. 9200 knots, still on it. Alright, sweet. Alright, that's about 500 feet till to minimums, 500 to go. It's good to make those little call-outs to kind of remind yourself of those minimums because you don't want to go below minimums. Still on localizer, still on glide slope. About 400 feet to go now. Getting a little bit choppy up here. This is where it starts to get really sensitive. So if you're still in IMC at the moment, you'd be fighting this to kind of maintain the localizer because this is a little bit choppy out here. But slightly to the right of the localizer. However, we got 200 feet to go. Sorry, 100 feet to go now. Get your calls out right, you idiot. Still on localizer, still on glide slope. Waiting for 391. Slightly low, just level off for a second. There is a wind pushing. And we'll call that minimums there. Runway in sight. And we'll do a touch and go. Back off the power. Want to get down below 85 before throwing in the final 2 stages of laps. And now I've transitioned now, I'm fully visual. I'm not looking at this anymore, I'm fully on the runway. We're at 70 knots, we're a little bit fast, but there's a crosswind from the left side, so we'll be cognizant of that. That's it, that's not really pushing while you're down here. It is a little bit, there you go. That's what we want. Alright, flaps up, ailerons into the wind, full power. Still into the wind, still trying to push. Alright, power is set. 60. Welcome back to the sky. Nice. Alright, 055, 1500 feet. Head back in the game. It's not over. Head back in the game.
On departure, Sky 670 Mike Alpha, we're 900 for 1500, 055 from exec.
77, pressure 670 Mike Alpha, Orlando departure, ident, climb and maintain 2000.
Ident up to 2000, 670 Mike Alpha.
And there is the ident, 055 up to 2000.
670 Mike Alpha, your radar contact 2 miles northeast of Executive Airport, leaving 1500, fly heading 360.
Alright, through 1500, 360 on the heading, 670 Mike Alpha.
So I can't do that just yet. She said wait till 1500 feet and then make the turn.
7760 Whiskey, descend and maintain.
So 055, which is what we've got. 1500 feet, 360 on the heading. Here we go, clear left. Standard rate turn.
We're 670 Mike Alpha, I want to verify you're looking for one more ILS at Executive and then after that going miss and then full stopping back to Kissimmee, correct?
That is correct, 670 Mike Alpha.
670 Mike Alpha, roger, your climb out instructions remain the same.
Same instructions, 670 Mike Alpha.
Alright, we are on north. We are climbing. Just a quick checklist for the climb. Flaps, instruments, climb speed. We're on northbound. We're getting a bit lower of interference there. Alright, 2000 feet, northbound, level off. Nice break in the clouds here. 2000, trim it out. The trim is your best friend. Autopilot's actually your best friend. Don't have that, but you actually don't need autopilot. You don't need it. This builds up your skills. Okay, so the approach is going to be exactly the same. I just want to do that same thing again. We're on north, double check the instruments, let's go through it.
670 Mike Alpha, turn left heading 330, climb and maintain 3000.
330 to 3000, 670 Mike Alpha.
This is where your fundamentals, basic instrument flying skills come into play. So climbing left turn, 330, it's a very short turn, so it's pretty easy, but you're kind of doing a couple of different things at once. So, cool. Once we're up there, we're going to do the cruise checklist, which is trim, mixture and flight instruments. So once we're level is when we're going to talk about the approach again. It's going to be the same approach, but it's always good to rebrief and kind of make sure you're doing the right thing. Also, while we're climbing.
670 Mike Alpha, turn left heading 295.
295, 670 Mike Alpha.
And it's always good to be ahead of the game. Know what's coming next. Know what is coming next. Biggest thing that I tell people is you have to be ahead of everything. You got about 20 different things that you got to do at once, so you've got to know what's coming next. There's your transition, activate approach, yeah, whatever. No, I'm not really climbing there. I over-focused on what I was doing with the GPS, which is textbook.
670 Mike Alpha, contact approach 119.4. Have a good day.
19-4, thanks for the help, 670 Mike Alpha.
Problem.
And Orlando 670 Mike Alpha, Skyhawk, leveling off 3,295.
November 670 Mike Alpha, Orlando approach, flight altimeter 3004.
004, thanks.
670 Mike Alpha, okay, we're still no one ILS at exec, and then we're going to go to Kissimmee now, correct? Or did you want another ILS there?
No, just one more ILS into exec, and then going back to Kissimmee, 670 Mike Alpha.
Okay, very good. Number 670 Mike Alpha, your climb out instructions remain the same, and how many approaches are we going to do at Kissimmee?
Just the one full stop into Kissimmee, 670 Mike Alpha.
Okay, I'll just put it down for an RNF 33 after this ILS, and you just let us know if you want something different.
Alright, roger that.
See, you know, people are afraid of air traffic control. And sometimes, you know, they can be scary. This is processed.
Cherokee 31 Victor Tango, cleared RNF runway 33 approach.
And they can be
clear RNF 33 approach, 1 Victor.
Slightly scary at times, but they are there to help you. You see how nice. See how nice this guy was, and the woman was great as well. Kind of asking me what I want to do and making sure that they've got the right situation in their head, so they know what's coming next. You know what I mean?
Orlando Executive Air Formation Papa. Tom.
Alright, still Papa, we've still got Papa. I'm going to build up the speed a little bit. It's breaking up over here. Going down to Kissimmee, it looks pretty solid down there, so that'll be fun. We're at 3,000 now, so cruise, power trim, landing light, taxi light, mixture.
Central aircraft, India.
Alright, that's done. So okay, let's talk about this this approach again. We're doing the ILS runway 7 into exec. Exec. 1099 is set in. 073 is the approach course. We already identified it. We tuned and identified. 5,000.
670 Mike Alpha, flighting 230.
230, 670 Mike Alpha.
5,604 feet is the runway. And 109 is touchdown zone elevation. 113 is airport elevation. We're going to Denmark at 2,000 feet, intercept the glide slope, down to the minimum 391. Missed approach is 055, 1,500 feet.
You're stepping on me, sir. Fit 50.
Bing, bang, boom. And you know what? Just for giggles. Getting that in. Is there anything else I can do? That's what I'm thinking. Is there anything else I could be doing?
There's some Mike Sarah departure, radar contact, climb maintaining 2,000.
Is there anything else I can do? Yes, the checklist, although it's a little bit early for me at the moment.
November 670 Mike Alpha, center maintains 2,000.
Down to 2,000, 670 Mike Alpha.
Alright, this is where we're going to do it, landing. Oh, we're descending. I've done my flow, but now I've got to back it up with a checklist.
And
80s we got, still information, Papa approach briefing we did, seatbelts are on, mixture rates, landing light, fuel selector and flaps.
Check, are we clear for the RNAV 6 purple to
get that descent going, Dave. Get that descent going.
Clear RNAV.
There's Denmark, I'm expecting a left turn here towards the south. We've done all the checklist, we've done it all. We just have to focus on flying the approach. Double check this, like a 235, so we need to come left a little bit. Don't go below 2,000 feet, you moron. Good God. Idiot.
0 Mike Alpha, flight 180.
180, 670 Mike Alpha.
November 7 Lima Alpha, climb and maintain 4,000.
We're going to the south. That's what I expected.
Remember 38 Charlie, tower 124.45.
So keep the speed up a little bit.
Fit 50, contact Orlando 132.6.
Turn it back around towards the clouds. We've had our break over to the west, it looks like it's clearing up. But up to the east,
November 4 Echo Romeo,
it's not.
Yanma, join the final.
The one thing I didn't do on that last one was start the timer. So at 90 knots, it's 3 minutes and 52 seconds.
November 7 Lima Alpha, clear direct Clearwater.
That's one thing I didn't do. So if you lose your glide slope during the approach, you can still continue.
Number 4 Fox Tango, descend and maintain 3,000.
Maintain 3,000, 4 Fox Tango.
I do a localizer only approach, but it's always good practice on an ILS to
November 0 Mike Alpha, you 5 from Denmark, heading 100, maintain 2,000 till established localizer cleared for the ILS runway 7.
100, 2000 to establish, clear for the ILS, runway 07, 670 Mike Alpha.
670 Mike Alpha, contact tower 118.7.
187, 670 Mike Alpha.
We're on tower, 1353, we're going to 100, and then we'll just wait. Yeah, so I mean, you can change, or you can switch over to a localizer only approach if you lose your glide slope, but of course, you know, timing would aid you in knowing, you know, timing till you missed approach point. That's what we'll do on this one, so when we get to the final approach fix, we'll hit the timer. And that is, I'll put it on the screen, it's on the approach, it says 3 minutes and 52 seconds, final approach fix to the missed approach point, which is 5.8 miles. Good practice.
Executive Tower, Sky 670 Mike Alpha, ILS, runway 07.
November 670 Mike Alpha, Lando, Executive Tower, runway 73, touch and go on the go, flighting 055, maintain 1,500.
Clear touch and go, runway 7055, 1500 on the go, 670 Mike Alpha.
Alright, now we're just holding this heading, waiting for the localizer to come in. And then again, just the same procedure. We intercepted from the south last time, we're intercepting from the north this time. Good practice, both sides, ambidextrous. That's not what it means. Approach course is coming in. We're 2 dots, so I'm going to start my turn very shortly so I can kind of anticipate, maintaining 2,000 feet. It's coming in, I've got to increase that rate a little bit, and of course wind is pushing from the left this time, so it's going to take a bit of a steeper turn to get back to the heading now. And I'm going to hold 073 and see what that does for me. Oh, that's too far to the left side, so I'm going to bring it right just a touch, set a different heading, see what it does for me. It's slowly coming in, so I'm going to move to the right just a little bit more. Now it's coming in, still coming in, still coming in. Glide slope is alive, it's about to become 1 dot. Once it's coming in there, looks like a 0, well that's not right again. Jesus Christ. So we're coming in on that, we're below 110, I'm going to put 10 degrees of flaps in there. Once my glide slope is centered, I am then going to start my timer. My glide slope is centered, there it goes, timer's going, so 3 minutes and 52 seconds. Here we go. And now it's just slight adjustments again. I'm looking between 90 and 100 knots. Airspeed's just a little bit high at the moment, so I want to back off that power a little bit, get that nose down. Bring that heading back to the right side a little bit. Airspeed's still a bit fast for what I want. Go slightly fast. Gotta pull that power back a little bit. Alright, so I'm holding slightly right of the course there. I'm on the glide slope, but I'm bringing it back in on the localizer. There it is. Set something, see what it does. My airspeed's back between 90 and 100, that's what we wanted. Not really been in too much IMC here, but I've not been able to see the runway until we get out of this cloud. So we've got, well, we're under 1,000 feet to go. 90 to 100 knots, airspeed's getting a little bit fast again. I can afford to bring that power back, raise the nose, lower that airspeed a little bit. Again, fundamentals. We're between 90 and 100 again. We have 500 feet to go, just below 500 feet to go. Still on localizer, still on glide slope. 400 feet.
If you're with you, we just got the new route, and then I'll do have information from Quebec, and we are ready for departure whenever you are.
300 feet to go.
November 60 Whiskey Golf, Executive Tower, stand by.
We've been cleared touch and go, so we're on glide slope on localizer. It's easy to say that once you're actually visual, so no real prizes here, Lewis. 200 feet to go. The last thing you want to do is what I just did then, which was back off the power way too much and then add to, and then you've got to add a lot of power. It's, playing and pushing and pulling the power is not ideal, especially short final. But we're on glide slope, we're on localizer, we are approaching the missed approach or decision altitude. There it is. .85. Drop in the flaps. I'm completely visual now. I went high because I was trying to bleed off that speed. And we just drop it in for the touch and go. And then 055, 1500 feet on the go. Got my airspeed. Don't need any more power. Bringing it to ground effect. Let it bleed off, let it float, because that's all these things are good for. Here we go. Oh. Alright, flaps up. That was an awful landing. 55, 60, we rotate. Welcome back to the sky.
Overall, I'm pleased with my performance on these two ILS approaches. The whole point of this flight was to shake off the IMC rust and gain some proficiency, which I believe I did. This is where we're going to leave this flight on YouTube. The rest of the flight video is available exclusively for my Patreon supporters. There's more solid IMC action and an interesting twist on the approach into Kissimmee. So, if you're a patron on Patreon at the Welcome to the Sky tier, go over to patreon.com/LewDix Aviation to watch that now. And for those that want to support me, you'll find that link in the description. The second you sign up is when you'll gain access to all the exclusive perks. As always, I appreciate everyone watching this video and subscribing. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you on the next one.